Okay, guys, in regards to currency, the last time there was a currency change is when Nixon took us off the gold standard. And that means that the dollar was backed by gold. And what ended up happening at that point in time was there was a run on gold, meaning people went to get their gold and there wasn't enough gold to supply the demand. So now, 2023 March, we're seeing a run on fiat currency. Fiat currency is a result of the run on gold. That's the currency that was created at that time. So there's a theory that this is the precursor to the birth of a new currency. If you understand money and currency, this is probably not the video for you. If you're just taking the first steps on educating yourself, stick around. So what do? What does that mean? Well, there's a couple things that could happen with the dollar that could make it collapse. Collapse meaning worthless or not worth very much at all. And one of the things that could happen is the BRICS nations. These are nations that use the dollar as the reserve currency. They get fed up. There's already contracts being signed by other countries to use different currencies. There's already negotiations in process. So again, stick with me. You don't have to understand this. I'm going to simplify it. They get sick of inflation, meaning the currency that they use through an agreement with the US is worth less and less through inflation. So they say, you know what, we've had enough. We come up with our own currency. The rest of the nations will follow suit. Now, whether they create a new currency, use crypto, that's up for debate. But that's not the point. The point is, all that money comes back to the United States. So you tack that on with inflation and the Federal Reserve printing money. And again, very simply, this means there's all of a sudden an abundance of currency and it becomes worthless. Just like if there was an abundance of anything, usually if a store has stock of something, they have an abundance of stock, it goes on sale. Buy one, get one free. It becomes worth less. They have to reduce the inventory. And this is, again, very clear terms. Very simple terms. So there's a lot of ways the dollar could collapse. So what's the hedge? What should we do? Well, if you look at precious metals, let's talk about that for a second. They've only gone up in value. So if you bought an ounce of silver in 1990, it was worth, let's say 1980, 1990, it was worth $4 for an ounce of silver. That same $4 today doesn't have the same buying power that $4 did back then. But interestingly enough, that ounce of silver is now worth $25. So if you bought silver, you had a pretty good bet. You actually had a guarantee that your money would increase in value. And you could take that silver to a coin dealer and turn it in for cash and go buy groceries. So silver's good in that sense. It's probably the safest. Gold is similar, but gold is at a premium right now, meaning it's not on sale. Silver is on sale. Again, that's all you need to know there. Precious metals are precious metals, but there's a better sale on silver right now. It's 50% down from its all-time high. Just to note, keep that in the back of your mind. And so that's that. That's precious metals. Now, if our currency collapses and you hold silver, you could kind of wait and see what new currency emerges. And in the interim, you could probably find a few people that say, hey, you know what? Let me get some silver. I'll give you some groceries. Because what's going to happen if the currency collapses is it's going to be every man for themselves. Every merchant, every business, it's going to be up to them what they deem valuable. So as an example, the dollar collapses tomorrow. You go to try to get gas. You go to try to get groceries. These companies will have banners and signs out front, not accepting cash at this time, accepting X, whether it's crypto, gold, silver. So you have to have a contingency plan to purchase goods and services during this time. And then when a new currency arises, you have a means of exchange to get some currency. And most likely, because silver and gold are globally recognized, there's a good bet, not guaranteed, that you could cash in some silver coins and get yourself some new currency. But what you won't be able to do is take your dollar and say, hey, the U.S. just created a new currency. Let's call it the U.S. stable coin. I want some U.S. stable coin. Here's some money, fiat. Let me convert it. You can't. It's garbage. It's toilet paper. It's wallpaper. It's worthless. But you probably could take some silver and say, hey, let me get some U.S. stable coin and go from there. Now, that's precious metals aside. Now let's talk cryptocurrency. What's the value there? Well, if this doomsday scenario happens where the dollar collapses, businesses now are starting to accept crypto. So they got to keep the lights on. They have to keep a monetary flow available to their customers. So if they accept crypto and the currency collapses, they can still accept crypto, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, whatever they want to accept. And the nice thing about that is if this so-called collapse happens tomorrow, people could use money in their brokerage account like Robinhood and convert their cash really quick to crypto instead of having to drive to the coin dealer and wait online to buy silver that's probably going to run out. And it's transferable. You don't have to carry it. It's not heavy to carry around. If you want to get on a plane and put your phone in your pocket and you have your crypto wallet on your phone, you don't have to lug gold and silver through the airport or on a boat. And it's just more feasible in that sense. So the other contingency plan that I like, and this is not financial advice, is crypto. And the value of crypto is that it maintains the flow of commerce through economic crashes and corrections and new currencies. So I'm trying to think here if I missed anything. This is just the outline, the beginning stages of learning about money. I would suggest from here you go start to research currency and the history of money on your own. And again, I just wanted to put together this comprehensive video in very clear terms. Basically money for idiots like me, not you. You're smart if you're watching this video. Because I try to tell people, that this might happen. And I try to find a video that kind of encapsulates it all in one video, and it doesn't really exist. So this is the very foundation of learning about money. And you're on your own from here to make good choices moving forward. So protect your friends and family, educate yourself, and share this video because I think it's an important message.